Last year, the NCAA ruled that football players could play in up to 4 games and still be considered a redshirt. So athletes like Graylin Arnold, RJ Sneed, and Jared Atkinson are bringing valuable, seasoned experience into this year that they otherwise might not have.
I feel like it was one of the best things that happened to me as far as my career here at Baylor. I got to see the game from a different point, and the only thing about it is I didn't know I was going to make that transition into safety until fall camp, but I got to mature, you know what I'm saying, work on a whole bunch of off the field things and get my body right.
It was a huge decision that coaches and players at Baylor loved and took advantage of, but as with anything new, coaches were hesitant to dive in and play the youngsters early on, worrying about using up their few games too quickly. Coach Rule admits to waiting a little too long to give his redshirts game experience last year, so in year 2, he says we can expect to see them enter the game for the Bears early in the season.
We got up in the first game and I could have put them in, and I waited, and some of them got to play in the bowl game, which was really cool. But I think, you know, looking back, when you go through this grind of the summer and August, if you ever have a chance to get in the ball game early, I'd probably put them in early a little bit more, just for the morale of the team.
Speaking of the bowl game, there's a lot of talk comparing Rule's time at Temple and now here at Baylor. Year 1 at Temple, the Owls went 2-10 and then climbed to 6-6 in year 2. Now, so far at Baylor, we've seen a similar progression. The Bears struggled and finished 1-11 their first year under Rule, but last season, year 2 of Rule in the green and gold, the Bears improved to 7-6, that 7th win being their 45-38 victory over Vanderbilt in the Texas Bowl. And while the Bears are proud of what they've accomplished, they know how the story goes. Rule's 3rd and 4th years at Temple produced the program's first back-to-back 10-win seasons and a top 25 ranking. The Bears want a piece of that, so there's no longer a question of whether or not they're trusting the process.
You go from a 1-11 season, which was rough, to now we won 7 games, we won a bowl game, and they see that the hard work we do is worth it, and it makes us different than other people, and it shows that whenever we're tough and we can go through anything that we need to do, whatever coaches ask us or whatever's in a game, and we can prevail and get a W or whatever has to happen, it shows the young guys that they need to trust what we're doing.
Winning that bowl game definitely brought in a lot of momentum for us, but that's not where we want to be. You know, ultimately everyone wants to be Big 12 championships, but it's just what are the little things we're going to do on and off the field to, you know, help make up for that. So, man, we have a lot of momentum going into it. This is the year that I really feel like we're going to step up and play great defense, and I feel like, you know, the offense, you know, they're going to keep doing what they're doing and just build off of that from last year. So I'm excited to see how this year goes.
I think we're all excited to see how this year goes. I've made the long trip up from Louisiana to Central Texas just to see it for myself.
And we are happy to have you on the team. Well, we're headed into the 4th quarter, so I think it's time we bring out the big guns. The Inside Scoop up next. You're watching our Baylor football countdown to kickoff.